Rocket Pat here. Alright guys, it's another hot rocking day in the jungle. Man, when I tell you it is hot, it is smoking hot down here, man. Okay, so, I'm always teasing the boys up there in Kanatistan that, when it's wintertime and y'all are all frozen up in that, up in that white wonderland up there and everything. And I'm down here with that beautiful Texas weather. Man, I paid for it right now. 3 weeks been like this. It is 11 o'clock in the morning. All right, guys, well, let's talk about what the hell I'm rocking on this weekend. It is 4th of July long weekend. It's July the 2nd right now. It's a Sunday, I think. Yeah, something like that. And took the Monte Carlo out the other night to go to listen to the band play. And, man, this AC just ain't cutting it in this car. And that's probably one of the reasons why I don't really drive this car very much. Yeah, I probably got maybe a couple thousand miles on this car in 10 years or so. And that needs to change because, I'm buying tires and stuff like that. And, yeah, we need to start driving this car. So I am going to work on the AC on this. So got the car up in here and I pulled some stuff apart. And I got all this trash right here that needs to be cleaned out. And my landlord loves his fucking chicken coop, and so do the fucking rats, and every now and again the rats get up into places. Do not stick your hand on that distributor while this car is running. Anybody see the problem right there? Now, amazingly, doesn't misfire, doesn't do shit, runs fine. But do not reach over there and touch that distributor and try to adjust it. You will not enjoy yourself. So, the problem with the air conditioning is not that it doesn't get cold. The problem with it is it doesn't have enough airflow through the vents to cool the cabin in the hot rockin' Texas weather. Yeah, that ain't gonna cool. Come on, go back. My little thingy doesn't want to work properly. There it goes. All right, so took the cover off the top. And yeah, I think that maybe we might need to clean that dust. That's all kind of, I think there's some more crap laying back down in there. Yeah, I think it's time to pull the evaporator core out and give it a scrub-a-dub-dub and clean up all the leaf litter and everything else that's up in here. And I think we might need to fix that rat problem we got going on over here. But that's not the only issues with things that I'm working on this week. Let's see. That's what's going on with Dick Trickle over here. We're going to fix his air conditioning. The Marlboro Man. I got a dilemma here, guys. The fuel pump is going out on the Marlboro Man. The Marlboro Man is a 07 Harley Sportster, and it's got an electric fuel pumpy thing up in here and there. Let's see, right there, that fitting right there is electric fuel pumpy. Okay, so I got to take the gas tank off the Harley, off the Marlboro Man. But here's the dilemma right there. Anybody see the dilemma right there? Okay, focus. Thank you. Why do you have to tell these damn things to focus? So there's the dilemma. Now, I got to take the tank off. Do I paint the tank? But we all know what happens when you fix that and you paint this whole thing. Now you need to paint that, which now you're going to have to take that off, and that takes some more stuff. Dilemmas. Truth be told, I kind of want to paint that color right there, that ruby red. Yes, sir. Paint the whole damn motorcycle that, or maybe that. I got a lot of that. But that's kind of a gay color. I don't really care for that one. That one's a little bit more manly red. Thank you. Anyway, I don't know, man. What do I do? If I take it apart, it's a slippery slope. So that's what's going on with this machine. Jackie, her polyurethane bushings on the arms that go side to side that hold the camber in place and all that, you know, those high dollar, you know, fancy parts that we buy and stuff. Well, those bushings are freaking rotted out in 267 miles. But, you know, of course, Corvette America / Top Flight. I don't know why the hell they changed their name to Top Flight, but they don't sell bushings. You gotta buy the whole expensive little arms again, and so I gotta put Jackie up in the air and figure out what I'm gonna do with that, because my camber's off in the ass end, and that ain't nothing worse than a, well, the only thing worse is a dragging ass Corvette, but the next thing is the one that's dragging ass with camber problems in the rear. Okay, so let's talk about this cowboy right up here. This is a paying job. Came from another garage, but the garage that sent him over here didn't have anything to do with what's going on with this cowboy. But man, I cannot, maybe I ought to just do a different video on this. But I cannot believe that somebody is this bad of a mechanic. I pulled this engine out of this truck because it came to me after somebody's been working on it. They have been trying to fix a check engine light, which is, there's a huge correlation problem between the map sensor that's up underneath there, the throttle body, and wherever the hell I got stashed the mass airflow sensor, and nobody can fix it. Well, I discovered what the problem was, and the problem with the check engine light is the fact that there are not one, but two broken off intake bolts that somebody else has siliconed over everything. They tried to go in there and weld onto it, or I guess, or something, and get it out of there, and all they did was just destroy the cylinder head. So once I realized that this was the problem, I put the intake back on the truck and I put it outside, and I went over to my stash of LS engines that I have that I had bought from somebody relatively cheap, and I took a couple of the $7.99 heads off and I sent them over to the machine shop, and I had the heads done. So my thoughts was, let me go ahead over the 4th of July weekend, let me go ahead and pull this engine out. Reason why I pulled the engine out to do cylinder heads, because one, I find it easier to work on an engine on a stand than climbing over fender wells, trying to torque heads and stuff like that. I find it easier. Secondary is, these engines all need to come out anyway to get rear main covers put on them, and oil pan gaskets and pickup tube seals. That way the oil pressure stays up and you don't leak in, because they all leak. It's just inevitable. It's got 150,000 miles on it. But what I didn't know was yesterday I pulled this head off, and as I was pulling it off, I hope that fan's not killing you, I noticed that right here in this corner there was a whole bunch of silicone down the head gasket. I had also noticed that it was a brand new head gasket on the engine. Okay, this was just done. Head gasket. Something's been inside banging around. Huh. Silicone. Threads in this hole. Huh. Silicone all down all the way down here. Who put silicone on a head gasket? Then I popped the head off. You have to be kidding me. Broken head bolt. Drilled into the block sideways. What on earth was this guy thinking? This little bolt in that hole, but it didn't even go in the hole. It didn't even get past that much of the head. He was hiding it. Guy charged this guy $4,000. Block's ruined. Now I gotta find another engine. Yeehaw! How on earth can somebody be that bad of a mechanic? Well, guys, that's what I'm doing this 4th of July. Tomorrow I'm gonna go back over and work on the Falcon and get back onto it, get a little work done on it. But since I'm held up on this jewel till after the holiday, I'm gonna spend my day today getting the AC rocking and a rolling and a rolling and a rocking, because me and Mr. Dick Trickle are gonna start roaming the streets a little bit more around this place and everything. You know what I'm saying, jelly beans? All right, guys, y'all keep rocking and a rolling and a rolling and a rocking, and I'm gonna keep grinding it down. Man, I can't believe somebody can be that bad of a mechanic and that dishonest.